Hey guys, it's Professor Wiggins here. I thought I would take just a few moments of your time and talk to you about some of the exciting changes that are coming to Physics 2020 this semester that are going to be different than when I've taught this course any prior semester. Over the course of winter break, I've been thinking a lot about you guys. I've been thinking about the stresses that are on your minds, the constraints on your time. In the 3.5 years that I've taught at Southern Utah University, it hasn't happened a lot, but occasionally I'll get a student that comes into my office, as most professors do, and they'll tell me about the pressures that are characteristic of students like you that are preparing to get into highly competitive programs. And I know this isn't an isolated problem. I know, generally speaking, college can be a very stressful time. It's an exciting time, but it is a stressful one as well. Let me talk to you about something that a physics professor doesn't usually talk about, and that is that your mental and emotional health are extremely important as you navigate these stressful, if exciting, times. One of the things that we do when we're feeling extraordinarily stressed is we prioritize our own mental and emotional health. These types of self-care efforts turn out to be extraordinarily simple, as you well know. These tend to be things like getting 8 hours of sleep a night, or eating healthy, or taking time to exercise, practicing mindfulness, doing yoga, unplugging from technology can be extraordinarily beneficial psychologically as we try to deal with the myriad of stresses which are pressing down on us. And a lot of you do this extremely expertly, but all of us know that that's a priority. It's because of that that I've decided to make some structural changes to our Physics 2020 course. In this course, in Physics 2020, there will be extra credit given. All the extra credit that will be given in Physics 2020 will come from your deliberate and planned efforts to take care of you. Quick personal story. My way of taking care of myself has been to go on hikes, especially when I lived in New Mexico. So if you look over here, here's a picture of the trail that I used to walk on. I would take anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes to an hour to walk on this particular trail after work. As a busy graduate student, and now as a professor, I still do the same thing. When I visit New Mexico in the summers, I still walk along this trail. So this, for me, is self-care. I can't tell you the number of times that I've walked along this trail. One of the things about doing this that I discovered for me personally was that answers or solutions to problems that I've been working on for a long period of time and which seemed impenetrable at my desk suddenly became tractable out in nature. And I don't know exactly why that is. Part of it is because some of the best ideas that you get take place when you're relaxed. Self-care is an opportunity for you to recharge, for your brain to get back in a situation where it can perform optimally. Studies have actually shown that if you've made reasonable efforts to study for an exam, that a full night's rest actually turns out to be more beneficial than cramming through the night. The words deliberate and planned are actually extremely important. And simply giving up on studying physics after 3 hours and giving up to go see a movie isn't actually an effort of self-care. The self-care efforts that I'm trying to incentivize are deliberate and planned, meaning that you prioritize your health just as you would your studies. In doing this, I'm not suggesting that you shirk your studies. It's quite the opposite. I'm only suggesting that you prioritize your own mental and emotional health. That this is all extra credit. It is entirely possible to get it 100% in my class without doing any of this. So let's say that you and your friends decide that you have time in a given week and you want to hike, say, a trail in Zion. Yes, I am in fact saying that you can get extra credit in my course for that effort, provided it is planned and that effort to take care of yourself is deliberate. Again, simply shirking studies to go do something fun isn't what we're advocating here. We're trying to have you prioritize your mental and emotional health by doing these activities, which means baking them into your schedule and not turning this into I get credit for free time type of a situation. So you might be wondering right now, what exactly does this look like? And so what I've done is I've tried to pull up a form here so you can kind of see what this will look like in a given week. So at the start of the week, the idea is you're going to go into a form like this, And I borrowed these icons and this text from a self-care website here, and I might click on a few because I don't know anything about self-care. Say I'm gonna be like, this week I'm gonna get, oh, I don't know, 8 hours of sleep, and shoot, I'm going to practice some mindfulness, and I don't know, I'll unplug from technology. Those are going to be my goals for this week or something. I don't know. I'm just making this up, right? Now, to be clear, these are just suggestions. These are just ideas to get your brain going. I've just set them up as possible options. In all actuality, you might not have a lot of time in a given week, but I hope that just by seeing the options here, that it jogs your mind about things that you can do, even with a busy schedule, to still prioritize that precious resource of mental and emotional health. So down here in this box over here, you'll just put a brief summary of your plans to take care of yourself. And then what you're going to do is going to go about your week. At the end of the week, this form will come up, and you'll notice that it looks almost exactly the same. And you'll talk about what you did. And in this box here, you'll briefly summarize how effective those efforts essentially were. And that seems a little onerous, right? We're going to ask you to do something at the beginning of the week and the end of the week. But the hope is that by you planning up front times and ways to take care of yourselves, it will be something you'll actively think about. Is there something that I can do today to show that I myself am a priority amidst the many stresses and the obligations pressing on my time as I navigate my packed schedule? Is there something I still can be doing to take care of myself, to make sure that I'm in top mental and emotional condition? We'll talk a little bit more about the kind of the nuts and bolts of how this will actually go down as we start the semester formally. I'm looking forward to an interesting and wonderful semester with you guys. We're going to be studying some of the most exciting things you ever heard of. It will be a challenging semester, but you're more than equal to the task. As we prioritize ourselves and your emotional health, it will be a very positive experience. Thanks so much, guys. Take care.